A blue tsunami is heading for this country in November, and when it hits, the least safest place in America will be Mar-a-Lago. So while Trump is off campaigning in South Carolina, working hard to make sure the weakest candidate will win, right outside his own window is a huge danger. No, not Natalie Harp hiding in the trunk of a golf cart. Something worse for the Republicans. Florida is turning blue. And of course, no one believes it. And of course, corporate media is working overtime to keep it from happening. But I'm going to show clips that prove, oh, it's happening. And it's not just Trump's warring around wrecking the economy. It's not just $5 gas and mass deportations of Hispanics. It's not just taking healthcare away from 450,000 Floridians, though that certainly hurts the Republican brand. No, for the first time in a long time, Florida has talented Democratic candidates who not only inspire voters, but they know how to take on corporate media and their right-wing agenda. Military veteran Leela Gray is going to take the rug out from under Trump when she goes head-to-head with the self-serving lunatic Anna Paulina Luna. Watch this.
So, for those people that did vote for Congresswoman Luna, or are hesitant to vote for a Democrat, let me ask you this. Are you and your neighbors better off than you were 2 years ago? I represent a change from the past 2 years of extremism, ineffectiveness, and corruption. And I certainly represent a change from Luna, whose self-serving approach to politics has no place in our district or in our country.
Yeah, Luna is not used to getting punched in the mouth, but it's gonna happen. Now watch Elijah Manley turn Martha McCallum into a stuttering fool.
Would you not agree with that?
I agree with that, but there's a right and a wrong way to carry out our laws. We have a constitution in this country. We have rule of law. We have a Congress, and we cannot have a situation where we have people terrorizing not just immigrant communities, but terrorizing our communities, shooting random people in the face like Alex Perty. I mean, this is not acceptable way to carry out our laws in this country. The president and the executive branch need to enforce the laws, but they need to obey Congress because Congress is part of our constitution in this country.
Can we quote her on that? A-bee, bada-bee, bada-bee. But if you really want to see a Florida Democrat slam corporate media for following Republican talking points, watch Democratic candidate for Senate, Angie Nixon, absolutely school Kristen Welker.
Why join the DSA if you disagree with various parts of their platform? Does it not just become a distraction from your own campaign and your own agenda?
You all are the only ones that are distracted. I'm actually going out talking to voters about the things that matter to them. And so we should make sure that we're pivoting to the right conversations. The fact remains that there are people who are dying because they don't have access to quality health care. Meanwhile, Ashley Moody voted to end the ACA subsidies. As I stated, nearly 300,000 people fell off the Affordable Care Act rolls. There are people who are dying because they don't have access to health care. Also, the fact that Ashley Moody is corrupt, right? She's corrupt. She allowed $10 million that was supposed to go towards the most medically needy kids to be diverted because they wanted to defeat 2 citizen-led ballot initiatives.
And then there's this.
I think we need to figure out what we're going to use our funding on, right?
So you don't rule that out?
I don't believe in funding. I don't believe in defunding anything. I think we need to make sure that we are scrutinizing them and we need to make sure we're spending money the right way. What I do want to make sure we're doing, we need to make sure we're fully funding public education. We need to make sure that we are fully funding Medicare and providing universal health care for people because people shouldn't be going bankrupt simply because they go to the doctor. We also need to make sure that we're providing things like universal child care. And how do we do this? Well, we repeal that big BS bill because it wasn't beautiful, the one that Donald Trump pushed, and we make these billionaires pay what they owe. We also close these corporate tax loopholes. The fact remains that over 88 companies last year made over $105 billion, and they paid absolutely nothing in federal taxes.
Pundits are writing off Nixon because Florida's Trump country. but not when she gets done talking pocketbook issues and inspiring the African American community, Democrats, and young people to turn out in record numbers. And unlike Democratic centrists plaguing Abdul El Sayed in Michigan, Florida Democrats are uniting behind Nixon. Her opponent, Alexander Vindman, just donated $400,000 from his campaign fund back to the Democratic Party of Florida. Meanwhile, Democratic gubernatorial candidate David Jolly had this to say about running for governor while Nixon runs for Senate.
I would also say this, despite all the talk about socialism, Ali, I mean this, I think the greater threat to American politics right now is the rise of authoritarianism, not the rise of socialism. It is the confrontation with constitutional norms, the breaking of constitutional norms, and the raw power grab of a president and a party who has enabled him. I'm more worried about authoritarianism tonight than I am about socialism.
So add it up. 2 new Democratic congresspeople willing to impeach Trump, a new Democratic senator willing to convict him, and a Democratic governor willing to extradite Trump on any charge that comes his way. Don't look now, but Mar-a-Lago, not looking like a good place to hide out anymore. Maybe Arkansas. Oh, that's turning blue too. Venezuela, here he comes, and you can have him. I'm Anthony Vincent Gallo for Occupy Democrats.